I am Staff Sergeant Noah Griffin, stationed at Tinker Air Force Base at the Regional Maintenance Center of Oklahoma City. I would like to share my work center culture with you. So first, I'll give an overview of the Regional Maintenance Center culture, RMC for short, and I'll provide specific elements of our culture, which is elitism, and we are a different kind of work center mentality. And lastly, I'll go over my role within the evolving culture. So, the overview of the RMC. We are headquarters of maintenance for our career field, which is ROS, Radar Airfield Weather Systems. We are also experts on ILS and TACAN, which is Instrument Landing Systems and Tactical Air Navigation. So the RMC has only existed for 7 years. So since we haven't been around for very long, I feel like we haven't built a positive culture or any good parts of our culture. We don't have any set traditions or anything like that. But because we are headquarters and we have to apply for this position, we are very motivated and highly driven to complete the mission. We are mainly comprised of staff sergeants and tech sergeants, led by 3 masters, and so it creates a pretty interesting work dynamic with no lower enlisted individuals. We own 312 systems across 66 CONUS bases, and so at these bases there are a local work center that maintains systems there, but they are not allowed to touch our ILS or TACAN unless we're on the phone with them or we're physically there with them. But for the most part, if there's a problem or if we have to do preventative maintenance, TMIs on them, we would have to TDY to fix these 312 systems at 66 CONUS bases. And to earn experience, we have to TDY. We do have a setup downstairs for training, but it is just for training. It doesn't earn us experience or merits to becoming a team lead or advancing. So these are the systems I work on. This is a localizer to the left. This is a glide slope. Together they combine and it makes an ILS. So it tells the aircraft to go up, down, left, and right in order to land on the runway safely during foggy weather where they can't see the runway. This is a TACAN, and it is pretty much an electronic lighthouse. Tells the airplane kind of where the base is. And the reason why I wanted to explain this to you is we own 312 of these systems. It is no small feat to maintain these and TDY to all these places. So the first element we'll cover is elitism. Advanced TDYs are gifted to higher ranks. So a staff sergeant that has been going through his training plan is ready for this advanced TDY might be put on the back burner for a tech sergeant that's brand new that is just getting introduced into these TDYs, and that tech sergeant won't absorb as much as that staff sergeant would. And I think that's more of a problem with our priorities for our training plan. And so younger enlisted will often get pulled off of TDYs for not knowing enough. Like I said before, in order for us to gain experience, we have to TDY. So not knowing enough is not a real excuse. I personally got booted off of TDY because I was going to McCord Air Force Base, and I was replaced by a master sergeant whose cruise port was departing from Seattle. So often younger enlisted will get booted off for selfish reasons. So technicians that call back, so if a younger technician is out and they get stumped on something and they're confused, they might call back and ask questions. They often are teased and mocked, and it creates a negative training environment for our younger airmen. Instead of asking questions they're afraid to, they'd rather just stay quiet and act like they know what they're talking about. And so soon these seasoned technicians will PCS soon, taking the knowledge with them. And this will negatively impact our work center and our mission. And I feel like these seasoned technicians haven't done the best they can do to pass this knowledge over to the younger airmen. So next is, we are a different kind of work center mentality. I've seen this mentality used to excuse bad programs multiple times. So oftentimes we'll have missing tools from tool bags, and our climbing training program doesn't really exist, even though we're required to climb. And then we have overdue test measurement and diagnostics equipment going on TDY. But the positive is we have tight tolerances on maintenance. Our standards are 1/3 of the requirement of the FAA. So the FAA says 15, we say 5. And it means our systems are in excellent condition and they're extremely safe. We also pride ourselves in the excellent maintenance that we perform. But this mentality causes tunnel vision. Nothing matters but the mission. But when you don't focus on the things like tools or test equipment, you end up TDYing with multiple issues. You end up using the wrong tools. You end up using uncalibrated equipment. And these shortcuts often result in failed systems or safety of flight issues. So my role in involving the culture. Luckily, since our culture isn't very old, it's only been around for 7 years, it is quite easy to change. As some of the bad apples, PCS, we are able to change our work center culture for the positive. And so the importance of having a healthy organizational culture in the work center is it creates an environment of trust, and it increases morale and camaraderie, which currently we don't have. Me personally, I have created an environment of open communication to the younger individuals that are coming in. So if they have a question, they are not afraid to talk to me and ask me simple questions, and I won't bash them for it. I have also been striving for equality amongst rates for TDYs based off of their training program, and it's a change that's happening. Still, there won't be equality amongst rates for obvious reasons like leadership and stuff. But also we have started to rebuild our programs, and me personally, I've rebuilt our TMD program, and the inspectors have looked at it, and they want to implement it across multiple work centers across the Air Force. And next, I'm doing our tool program to reorg that. So I have been trying to create a positive environment within that place and do what I can to change it. So in conclusion, what I have covered with you is the overview of my work center culture and the elements within our culture, which were elitism and this mentality that we are a different kind of work center, and my role in making my work center evolve, which is just trying to maintain a positive attitude and be helpful with the younger airmen. And that's all I have, and thank you for listening, and have a good day.